Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a, well, it's not really a haul video, but I'm showing you stuff. So maybe a show and tell video. And in this video I want to talk to you about some vintage Kenner toy lines. Most of them, or especially two of them, that I've never had on my channel before, so I will have never mentioned their name ever before. The third toy line you have, maybe if you've seen some of my Vlogmas videos last December, then you might have seen some of them already. But yeah, I'm talking about Sea Wees mainly here. Also Shimmers, just to tease it already, and Wish World kits. We will get there. So what is this haul? Where does it come from? Well, it's a lot that I bought online from the US on eBay. Technically, yeah, nothing to be super proud of. I paid money and it came to me. Before that, I searched for it, obviously. Why did I suddenly want to buy some Sea Wees? Is that something that I want to plan on collecting or something? Actually, not really. Actually, because most of the stuff that I will show you here will go into the collection of my friend Cotton Candy Kittens, because it's her birthday. So her birthday was in beginning of or middle of October. I'm filming this actually after her birthday, but we have not met yet, so she doesn't have the stuff yet. But I will just upload this video obviously when she has already got the presents. Otherwise it would be not be a surprise anymore, because it's a surprise. She doesn't know I have this for her. Actually, when we were together at Toyplosion, we were both selling vintage toys, our doubles and all of that there. And she was like, no, I don't want to buy anything other than I want to get rid of stuff. But then she mentioned oh, but if I would find something special there, something like Sea Wees, then I would probably buy it. And I was like, You're interested in Sea Wees? I didn't even know that, because Sea Wees is a toy line. I will talk about the toy line now in this video, of course, that I'm not particularly super interested in. I know the toy line. I think they are sweet, but they are super hard to come by over here. So that's why I think she also doesn't even have any of them. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe she has a couple and she was just meaning maybe I find some more at Toyplosion. I mean, she didn't find anything. I don't think there was a single Sea Wees to be found at Toyplosion. But yeah, so that's why I was like, maybe this is an interesting birthday present. Maybe I can find her some. And yeah, they are quite expensive. And as I said, not really easy to come by in Europe, I would say, in general. I mean, there might come up a couple in the UK or something if you search online, but mainly it's all from the US, which makes me again believe that they were not really sold here, or just a couple of European countries had them. And also, they are pretty old already. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about 80s and 90s toys on my channel mainly, and this is no exception, to be quite honest. Actually, Sea Wees started in 1979, so the first dolls have a stamp of 1979, meaning they were either released in 79 or maybe then in 1980. So kind of almost the 70s property, but no, the toy line ran from 1979 up until the mid 80s, so 85 around. Yeah, it's a toy line of little mermaids. They were produced by the toy company Kenner. Kenner, of course, known or became a big player in the toy industry at the point in around after the first Star Wars movie, when they were the ones picking up the Star Wars license. But in terms of girl toys, other toy lines you might be familiar with from this toy company are, for example, also Strawberry Shortcake, which actually started around the same time as the Sea Wees. They also, the first dolls came out in 79 and ran up until the mid 80s. So you could actually say that the Sea Wees and the Strawberry Shortcakes are kind of a sister toy line a little bit. So the Sea Wees are the aquatic sisters or something, but Sea Wees, other than Strawberry Shortcake, are way a little more forgotten. They had never had a cartoon attached to it. They never had a lot of merchandise, and especially here in Europe, I think they're not really known anyways. I mean, as I said, they are quite expensive. They are definitely collectors out there for them, for sure. But it's nothing like strawberry shortcake that has gained so much popularity as they invented themselves again and again over different generations in the 2000s and the 2010s. Every kid almost could grow up with their version of strawberry shortcake. No, after 85-ish, the Sea Wees were gone, so there was nothing more of them. But still, they are similar. I mean, they have very simple faces, almost no nose. They have brushable hair, and other than the strawberry shortcakes, which have a little bit of fashion pieces, these don't. There's no cloth material, anything involved in these. So everything else is molded on. Yeah, so the first wave consisted only, they were just called Sea Wees, of always one doll. Then you got a little like foam thing that looked like a lily pad, so foam lily pad with a little hole in the middle, so you could stick your little mermaid in and she could float on the water, and then a brush, or more like a comb, I think. And the first ones from the first wave, there were 3 girls. We had a blonde, a brunette, and I think a red-haired one, and that was it. So the first wave, but it was successful enough. Girls kind of liked them, I think, so they continued on. It was definitely not something like, you know, in the 90s where a lot of toy lines, they pushed out so many. Here with the Sea Wees, it was mainly every year one more wave, you could say, with a couple more dolls. But after the first wave, so I don't have any of the first wave to show you. But after the first wave, so then in maybe 1980, they came out with the Sea Wees and babies. So then you always got a Sea Wees, so one mermaid and also a baby. And I have 2 of this first original, or second original wave. So these are 2 of the babies. I don't have the correct moms or like siblings, or I don't know if they're supposed to be moms and babies, or it's not specified. It's just Sea Wees and babies. For the second wave with these babies, they re-released the same characters again. So we had again the blonde, the brunette, and the red-haired one. And yeah, this blue baby here is actually called Baby Corky. She comes from the red-haired one, so Coral. You can also see she's also red hair. Probably they're meant to be siblings or something. And the green one here, this is called Baby Sprite. And she comes, I think, yeah, from the brunette doll probably. So Shelly, but I don't have them, but this is what they look. And yeah, their faces are a little bit rubbed off, and especially here there's a lot rubbed off, but they're still super cute. I mean, with these, they're just molded. There's nothing on it. You don't get any like skirts or any pieces or any hair to brush. The babies are always just molded out of this kind of rubbery plastic. But yeah, weight very nice, so not hollow or anything. They're really cute. And then after this first time they came with, you know, with babies, they always came with babies. Then it's always one bigger mermaid and one baby. And so in the same like wave, or kind of an additional wave to the Sea Wees and babies, they came out with 3 more, and this is one of them. So this is kind of the oldest one that I have. So then from 1980 directly, or maybe in 81. This is Mary, and of course she doesn't have her baby. She would have a baby called Marina. And let me tell you, this one really, you can see it. Her body is discolored. The hair was in horrible shape. It also still feels so rough. I did all my best I could, and it looks very, very nice again, but the bangs is also, you could see, she was played with a lot in the water, maybe in, you know, in a bathing, in really a pool or something, you know, with chloral, whatever, you know what I mean, chlorine, water. So she is really not in the best condition. From this whole lot, I would also like to keep 1 adult and 1 baby. Cotton Candy Kittens can then decide which one she doesn't like, or either if she has one of them already, then of course I would take this one. But if I could decide, I would pick this one, because she's in the least good condition, and then maybe one of these babies, maybe the blue baby or something, because it's also in the least good condition. But I don't know, it will be like her decision. This one also has some freckles, so very adorable. And yeah, I think this is her correct hairstyle because she is rooted like this. She is really like that. You can make her to pigtails. So, and of course also these with the babies then came with a little lily pad floaty, so just a foam piece actually in the shape of a lily pad. I think this now from that on then probably with 2 holes in it to stick like 2 dolls, the baby and the adult, or I don't know if they're meant to be adult, but you know, the bigger size mermaid. Which dolls do I also have? Because the next wave, I mean, I only have this one, and some people say the Sea Wees and babies from this wave were called, what is it called, fancy Sea Wees and babies, because some of them had more like pearlized tails, for example, but I don't know if that's correct. There was definitely one that is, I think, probably the most popular one of the set that has a very like gold. She has beach blonde hair and has like the gold tail. This one definitely looks a little pearlized, but I cannot tell if this tail ever was pearlized. There's nothing pearlized on it, but yeah. So from the packaging, I think they were still called Sea Wees and babies. But after that, they got a little more inventive because they were coming out with the tropicals, meaning they were more like a tropical theme. And these came definitely with a little bit of a fashion piece. They would come, I don't have it, with a brass skirt around the waist, I think in green color that you could take off. I don't have it, but this is one of the tropicals. And yes, they came out now with super cute colors. You see this one, she definitely has, you know, a very colorful hair. So by the way, the hair is nylon. It's actually very nice and soft. Just, I don't know what happened with her. So very shiny, rooted, typical like 80s dolls, not very good, and the bangs very way in the back, so difficult to style, but I think I managed to style her quite cute again. And yeah, so I said they have also a little bit of a darker skin, the tropicals, because they want to be, you know, tropical islands or something, mermaids. And this is the only one that I have actually complete, because I also have the little baby to her. This is so this is actually Camille or Camille. This is Baby Cascade. And yeah, the tropicals were the first ones to come with 2 babies, but one like human mermaidy baby and one mermaid that is more like another animal. Yeah, this is Pelly, so like a pelican. So these are kind of complete as the set. Of course, she's not complete because she's missing the bra skirt and the little lily pad and also the, what was it, the comb. So yeah, but this is a set that comes with all 3, one of the tropicals. And the tropicals were released, I think, in 82-ish. So the other waves were in 79, 80, 81. So tropicals. And what comes after the tropicals? The icy gals, right? They're cousins from the, you know, North Pole or wherever, in the waters that are cold. And these also had like super cute designs here. Definitely they differed a little bit in the tail designs. And these, for the first time, I think have a little bit of a different mold. Because when we had the other 2, they were just straight. Can you see that? Yeah, kind of. Can you even see that tails? Straight pose, nothing very much different, but this one has some sculpted fashions. So like a little bit of fur here, and all of the ones that came out for this line are looking a little bit different. I mean, this here, the tail also goes more to the side. Some have like, I don't know, more like mittens on, and some have like like a little jacket or something, but nothing out of real material, just sculpted on. And they all have white hair, you know, icy gals, but with always a strand of colorful hair. So in this case, so the middle part here is rooted in green. And these also always came with one baby, human mermaidy baby, and one like animal mermaid baby. This girl is called Breezy, and I have one of her little companions, which is Whiskers. So cute. So little sea lion, or I don't know what it's meant, but it's probably a seal. So and I have another one also from this set, which looks kind of similar You might guess that it also comes from her, but no, as I said, they were always then baby, one more human mermaid baby and one animal. So this comes from another one, but this one is called Shimmers. They are so adorable. But yeah, all of them, I mean, with these it kind of makes sense, but there's also cats or other animals that usually don't have any fins, but they would also have a mermaid tail then. So yeah, we got Icy Gulls. And they were released in 1983, so here we are already in the early mid 80s. After that, I think there were even 1 or 2 more lines, and there were also a couple of playsets and all of that. But yeah, so around the mid 80s, this toy line came to a close. Let's see, the bigger sized ones again here. Sea Wees and babies, Tropicals, Icy Gulls, and let's have a look at the human babies again. Not human, they're all mermaids, but ta-da! They are, I think, all in the exact same mold, yeah, just different colors. But the animal mermaids, they have different molds. Actually, everyone I think has a unique mold. And that's the Sea Wees line. But in this whole pack, so this lot that I bought, there were not just Sea Wees in, because it got very interesting to me when I saw, oh, there's even another toy line in, which I actually like even more than the Sea Wees. I think they are adorable, but I would have probably never gotten myself like some of them, like online, etc. But now I would like to have one of them in my collection. So one of them I will keep, but if I can decide, I would probably take this one because it's the one in really good condition, and I want her to have the better ones. But she can decide. Because Kenner, when they were done with the Sea Wees, they kind of still continued in a very similar way, but they made it another toy line, and those are the Shimmers. I like them even more than the Sea Wees because they're not just mermaids. There are some mermaids in the Shimmers line, but there are other like fantasy creatures like centaurs or deers with human body upper parts, or butterflies, etc., etc. These are the ones that I had already previously. I unboxed them in a last year in a Christmas, what's it called? Vlogmas, in a Vlogmas video. So these were the 2 big ones, and yeah, these also came always with a big one and with a small companion. So which one is which? Is it this one? Yeah. So this is one of the pairs, and they all have pearlized bodies, and to me they're even cuter. I mean, this is probably more like a bird. So these are the birds, or the, I don't know, harpies or whatever, if you think of the fantasy creatures. And this one, for example, is one of the butterfly girls. They also all have names. I don't have all of their names memorized. Yeah. But in this lot, there were also 3 little Shimmers in there, but just the small ones. So not the ones with the brushable hair, only the small ones. And one of them is unfortunately a double. So just showed you this one. Yep, now I have 2 of them. This is the one I had before, and this is the other one. It's a little bit more like rubbed off, and it's a little bit darker. I cleaned all of that already, so but that didn't like change. So this one my friend can totally have, because I'm pretty sure Cotton Candy Kittens is also very much into Shimmers. She will also like this. But the other 2 I will definitely keep, because this is the toy line I'm more interested. We have one of the deer girls. You can see it. She has a body of a deer, but the upper part is more human size, not size, but human type. And this is one of the mermaids from this line. So the interesting thing is with the Shimmers line, when they were mermaids, they were able to stand. So you can also stand So yeah, the Sea Wees, you could never stand them up. You always just had them to put them in the little lily pad floaties, while when there were some shimmer mermaids, they could definitely stand up. And this is one of the small ones. The name of this little girl here, the mermaid, is Baby Splashy. Super cute. This little deer is Baby Dot. Came with Deer Lean, so the big one was called Deer Lean, and the small one here was called for this mermaid one Sea Queen or something. And yeah, this one was Baby Feather Puff. So these were also in, so these will go into my collection. This one will go into her collection. And then, surprisingly, there was another toy line in this lot. I could see that from the photos, but I was like at first not even interested whatsoever because I don't know what they are. I could see they look like this, or actually I just on a photo just saw that she was in there. And surprisingly, this little girl was hiding in this clock tower here. So I was like, what is that? I mean, it was advertised, or it was written that it is a whole Kenner doll lot. And yeah, this is also a doll line by Kenner. While the Sea Wees, we were like late 70s, early to mid 80s. The Shimmers, they started in 86 and run just maybe for a year, so that was really just one wave, which is really sad. There were a couple of like unproduced prototypes that look so cute. Yeah, well, but I think that in 87 they came out with this line, which is not really in the lines of these two because they're not fantasy creatures, but it's also a line by Kenner, and those are called Wish World Kids. I had never heard of that. I mean, this toy line is definitely, if you look on Ghost of the Doll, it's there. I just had never, because it's a website I use for a lot of toy lines to like find out about the toy lines, etc. But this one, it is there, I just never paid attention. And the Wish World Kids are these 4-inch posable dolls. They have always, you know, cute hair colors, most often fantasy hair colors. They are just the normal, you know, 5 points of articulation, zack, zack, and then the legs. They have removable clothes, so they have fashions, you could say. No shoes, the shoes are painted on. And they have these very cute faces, very, you know, late 80s, so they're from 87 and run also 88. I'm not sure if still maybe in 89. Also here, I have absolutely no clue if they were released in Europe or not. Same with the Shimmers, same with the Sea Wees. I guess not, they're so rare over here, and for those, maybe they were, but I've never heard of that. The gimmick with these little dolls is it was not, the doll was not the main thing, but the playset that the doll came with. They are kind of transformable playsets. It's always 2 in 1. 2 in 1. For example, this is the Tone Rock clock. It's one from 88. And it came with a different doll. It didn't even come with any of these two. It came with a doll with a red hair. And the thing is, yeah, it looks like a big clock, like one of those grandfather clocks. You can even, move the move the fingers. I don't know what they're called, Zeiger. It looks like a big colorful clock with some stickers. Very, very like late 80s, early 90s colors, but it transforms into a bowling alley. Yes. You have to open this up. Whoops. Then open this. And like this. And then, unfortunately, the pins are missing. So the bowling pins, but you would put them here. You already see the picture for bowling here. And here is where you start. But the bowling ball is not missing because it's on a string. So you would play with the little doll then like this. Woo! And you could push there, and as if the little girls are playing bowling. Or back again. Ta-da, ta-da, a clock. So it always mostly one of those play sets and came with one doll. This little girl, the pink-haired one, she's I think called Shari, and she came, she's from 87, so from the first wave. She came with a Grin and Win TV. so TV stage show thingy. It was like a game show stage that could, I don't know, it could transform into a TV. So it looked either like a TV and then you could transform it into a stage for a TV show. So that's what she came with. She has this little pink glittery and gold dress. And then this little yellow-haired girl here, she is called Shelby, and she came with a Treats and Sweets refrigerator. So it would either be a refrigerator, so fridge, that you could transform into an ice cream parlor, which, yeah, her dress looks a little bit like ice cream parlor colors. And also it's from '87, so these girls are from the first wave. This is one of the playsets from the second wave. A very interesting lot, all vintage Kenner girls toy lines, and one that I had never heard of before, one that I had never really considered getting myself, but it's a very sweet line, the Sea Wees, and then of course a little bit of Shimmers in there, a line that I would really like to collect. It's a really small line, but also pretty pricey and not easy to find here. So it will be growing very, very slowly, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of the continuation from, these are the oldest ones here, the Sea Wees, then the Shimmers, and then the Wish World Kids. Interesting, right? I hope you enjoyed this video. This was really just here. I will now wrap them in gift wrapping paper, make a wonderful present out of it, and my friend can open it up, and I will tell her, look, a couple of things, I mean, all of that technically is for you, but if I could like keep one of the mermaids, one of the big ones, you can decide which one you least like, and this one I would like to keep. For example, as I said, I would probably keep those. The Shimmers I will keep anyways. And with these, I would just ask her if she's interested in one of them, in both of them. Otherwise, I will keep at least one set or something, because it's interesting. It's always, I mean, I have a couple of toy lines that I really collect, that I want to get a lot of, like the My Little Ponies, of course, or the Barbies, or the Polly Pockets. But then there's other toy lines where I'm like, I'm fine with having like one example of, like the Sea Wees. Shimmers I would like to have some more, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget you can just easily help out my channel by giving it a thumbs up, or if you want to tell me anything in the comments down below, you can do that. And if you're not subscribed, maybe you want to subscribe. That's easy, it's free, and it helps out my channel to grow, and it also helps you to find my videos again. You will they will pop up on your subscription feed on YouTube, or yeah, you can also push the notification bell, and you are even notified when my videos go up. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye.